Hi and welcome back. So in the last video we said that we are going to see an example, and I have taken some time to write this so that we don't have to do it again in this video. Basically what this does is we have an integer of age, and I've just decided to give it a value down here. I could also have just taken this and put it here, but I wanted to do it down here. So what this one does is it checks if the age is less than 18, that will be done. Else, if the age is greater or equal to 18, then this is what will happen. Else, if the age is greater or equal to 106 and the age is less or equal to 160, then this is what will be done. And then if none of this is true, maybe the age is greater than 160, this is what will be said. This is what will be output. So the example is that this is a liquor store, an online liquor store, and maybe you're taking this value from the user. They put in their age, and then depending on the age, you can give them access to your site. So if they're less than 18, for example, in a real scenario, if they're less than 18, you'd probably not give them access to your website, but we're not going to do that code in here. We're just going to show this message. If their age is greater than 18, maybe in a real liquor store, online liquor store, would be to let them into the website and have them buy whatever they want to buy. And if their age is between 160 and 106, you probably think they're lying. Maybe someone is playing around, just playing around. So you'd probably also ask them for their real age. And the reason I put the and here was because I wanted to at least show one example which has this else being done. At some point, this one can also be executed if none of this is executed. So the if then statement, which is the if else, how it works is that is checked, then that is checked. And if this one is true, if the first if is true, then of course none of these others will be executed. If this one is not true, this one will be checked and executed. If none of this is true, then the else will get executed. So I want to copy this code, and let's just run it and see all of this. So if I come back to ID 1 and I come into my int main, this is where my main code should be. So I will just remove that and then do that. So here we have an integer, age 19. If age is less than 18, this one will be done. Is greater or equal to 18, they're allowed into the website. Else, if age is greater or equal to 106 but less than 160, then this one will be done. And then the final part, if none of the above is true, then we're going to do this. So if I run this at this point, I have just made the value of age to be 19. So that means that we are going to expect the statement which says if age is greater than 18 to get run. Although this is not a very good way for me to have done it. I should also have added if it is less than this one, but I know since it is greater than 18, this one will get run. Let's just see what happens. So if I run this, I don't know why I keep forgetting this thing. There, and then there. Then we run it again. So you can see that it gives us you're welcome to the store. If I make it, let's make it 10. The age is 10. If the age is 10, we expect that the one that is going to get run is you're too young. So let's run this. And if we run that, it shows us that you're too young. Welcome back. Come back on your 18th birthday. So what if we say it's 200? If we say it's 200, it's not going to fulfill any of this. It's not going to be in here, not there, not there. So if you run this, okay, you can see why I was saying that I should have added an and along with this. So let's just add that here, at least to help. And Control C, Control V. So if the age is greater or equal to 18 and less than 106, at least this will cover this point, and then all the ages that come after 106 will be covered by this one. Then let's run that. So you can see once we add this check, at least it tells us that it asks the users for their real age, which is in the else statement. So what happened when I didn't have this was something that it can be a logical or a semantic error. So in programming, this was true, yes. In fact, it gave us a result, but it gave us the result that we were not expecting. So this can fall under logical, runtime, or semantic error. And at some point, you're going to look at errors just to explain what kind of errors you can expect in your programming. So you need to know that something can work well. Yeah, it will get executed, you'll get an output, but it won't necessarily be what you expect. So it's always good to note that when you're doing your conditionals. So let's continue in the next video. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Feel free to reach out to me and let me know about any questions that you have. So I will see you in the next video.